Part C.3, Web Programming Languages. In this video, I want to, give you a brief overview about the programming languages at the client side and server side. So let's start with the basic web programming languages. But here, so when we look at the web programming languages, here, look at the word we use, programming, right? Programming. So you know the meaning of programming. But later you will see some languages we can call programming languages, but some languages we cannot call programming languages. So they are languages, but not programming languages. So we will see that difference later. First, web design languages. Look at this name, web design languages. So you do not see programming here, right? So you see web design languages. So HTML. Yes. So that's the, when we start with HTML language, web design language, hypertext markup language. Hypertext markup language. So when we start our module 2, we will look at this HTML. So here, HTML describes the structure of a web page semantically. Structure web page semantically. The language structure. The paragraph. That kind of the content. Then the structure. Describe that part. You can see it is used for information presentation. Information presentation on the data part. All right, so another important language, CSS. Cascade style sheet. Cascade style sheet. Cascade, so later we will explain the meaning. What do you mean cascade, right? Cascade style sheet. So you can see it is a style sheet language. Mainly focus on describing the style of your document. HTML focus on the document content. Document content. CSS focus on the style of your document. So used for describing and presentation of a document written in HTML. It needs to work with HTML together. Or it describes the style specifics, related to some HTML document. HTML document. There is HTML document first. Then you can have another CSS. Either file, or later you will see there are several situations. Either file, or you don't need a file. You just put a CSS rules inside your HTML document. So we will learn that part later. But CSS part should work with an existing HTML document. Both working together. So we use HTML, CS both for static content. not dynamic content. Okay, dynamic content. So what do you mean dynamic content? Yeah. Dynamic content, when a user takes some actions, the user needs to, do some special actions on a web page. Yeah. Then the content, the data could change based on the user's actions. So that kind of content we call it dynamic content. Static never changes. The data, that data after the document is loaded into the web browser, it never changes. So static content. Yeah. All right. Here the logo, yeah. I mean HTML, CSS, the logo, yeah. Here the tag, right? Yeah. Typically, how to use HTML commands, right? Commands, yeah. So the tag way, markup, what we call a markup language, right? Yeah. We use tags to formulate HTML commands. Then we apply those commands on HTML document. Another here, yeah, you see one example HTML tag in that way. Yeah. Here CSS rule, one special CSS rule like this. Yeah. Dot says, then parenthesis. Here, just you see some special, property of HTML or CSS. Yeah. Next, a very important client-side scripting language. So this time we can call programming language. Yeah. So this is a legitimate. Yeah. This is a very important, useful programming language, JavaScript. Client-side, JavaScript. Yeah. Very powerful, very important in web programming. Yeah. But it works mainly at the client side. At server side, yeah, so someone may have the background. At server side, yeah, JavaScript can also do some special work at the client, at the server side. Yeah, but that's another story. Yeah, for this class, we won't do that part. Yeah, we won't do that part. Yeah. All right. JavaScript enables interactive web pages. Interactive, yeah, because you can use it to handle dynamic content based on the user's actions. Interactive, yeah, web activities, yeah, and is an essential part of web applications. Yeah. So that tells you the importance of JavaScript. Yeah. Yeah. So here you can see all a typical programming language can do, control, and later we will see, object-oriented, so a lot of typical ways we can do in a programming language. You will see in a JavaScript. Yeah. But one thing I like you to know, JavaScript is different from Java. Although you all see Java word there, but they are different. They are completely different. Yeah. Later, when we go to another module for JavaScript, I will give you a brief history of JavaScript. Yeah. All right. Next, we need to look at the server-side programming language. Yeah. So that's a very important part for this class, server-side programming language. Here, I put several possible ways, but we only use the first one, this PHP. We are going to use PHP in this class. Yeah. So it is a scripting language, yeah, but it's programming. It's a server scripting language, and it's a powerful tool for making dynamic and interactive web pages. Yeah. Here, you also see the similar description in a JavaScript. Only difference is JavaScript works at the client side. PHP works at the server side. Yeah. All right. So you can see that's the main difference. Yeah. Also, I want to quickly talk about a few other server-side programming languages. Yeah, the PHP, the typical tag is like this. Yeah, so yeah, question mark, PHP, yeah. PHP special tags. So we will see how to use it later. Yeah. Java EE, the second server-side programming language. EE refers to Enterprise Edition. Enterprise Edition, for big company, yeah. Java EE mainly, yeah, used for enterprise level corporation type companies. Yeah. So now you can see PHP, Java EE, for different companies, the companies with different sizes. Yeah. Usually for small, middle, relatively small, middle-sized companies, yeah. So they may, tend to use PHP for the server-side programming, but for large, big, enterprise level, huge companies, yeah, they have a lot of special requirements. They need more advanced features. So in that situation, they may like to choose Java EE. Yeah. All right. Java SE, yeah, standard edition or software edition. Yeah, sometimes we call software edition. Yeah, here. Yeah. Software edition. Yeah. Plus various APIs. Yeah. First, you need to download Java SE, the core part, core Java, the core part. Yeah. Then you need many APIs. It's a lot of APIs. Yeah. For many different technologies you need to use on this platform. So this one, so we call it because it is so big. So we call it a platform. Yeah. On that platform, we plug in many different Java technologies, Java web technologies. Yeah. So various APIs, yeah, useful for multi-tier client-server enterprise applications. Yeah. So that's Java EE. Yeah. Another important player in the market, Microsoft ASP.NET. Yeah. So that one, many companies still use this technology a lot. Yeah, ASP.NET. Yeah. The reason is simple. Microsoft provides many business tools, for the business world. So those companies, they like to use Microsoft technologies. Yeah. So they tend to choose the special web server-side programming technology. Yeah. All right. Yeah. It uses a different model. Yeah. So here it uses the event-driven model. So here you can see in the previous two programming languages, we didn't talk about event-driven, right? Yeah, but this one is event-driven. The reason is simple. Because the Microsoft technology they're based on their desktop technology. Yeah, they have a lot of existing technologies in the desktop part. Yeah. So they don't want to start from scratch. So they want to, borrow many existing technologies from their desktop side. Yeah. So they use the same model. So that model is the event-driven model. Because the desktop, they use the event-driven model. So then when they go to web, so they use the same model, event-driven model. Yeah. But so for the PHP, for the Java E, they do not use event-driven model. Yeah, because when the designers created these two languages, they target to the web community directly. So they use the request response model. Yeah. So request response model. Response model. Yeah. So that's quite different. It's different from event-driven model. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Next, another recent player, Python scripting language. Yeah. So for the web community, Python is used for quick prototyping and iterations. Yeah. Pretty special. Yeah. You can see comparing with the big three. Yeah. These three players. Yeah. We can call big three. Comparing with the big three, Python, yeah, you can see used not as the big three, but quick prototyping, the main purpose. Yeah, rich standard library, focus on, yeah, the rich standard library focus on scientific computation, very rich library, yes, and AI, artificial intelligence, and data science. Yeah, the libraries in these three fields, very rich. Yeah. So that's the strong part of Python. Yeah. All right. So fewer seasoned developers, speed limitations, but you can see there are many restrictions. Now, to use Python in web programming, there are many limitations. Yeah, many limitations. Yeah. But using Python in these three areas, then very good. Yeah, very useful. Yeah, very important. Yeah. All right. So that's the programming language part. Yeah. So let me finish C.3 right here. Yeah.